All right, what's up, guys? So, if you've been following this situation, then you probably are going to be saying the same thing that I will say. But this Miya Ponsetto person, you have to understand that you're wrong. Like Miya Ponsetto, you're wrong. There ain't no way possible that you could defend yourself because my question to you is what would you do in this scenario where you are the parent and you see that your 14-year-old kid is being attacked by some random person? Like, what honestly, what would be your response to that? Because I think you would have the same response as the father, if not worse. So I'm just saying, like, you can't be mad at the father. You can't be mad at the 14-year-old kid. You can't be mad at Gail King. The only person that you need to be mad at is yourself. Because you put yourself in a situation where you seen this 14-year-old kid, and the way that you decided to react was, I'm going to grab this kid, and I'm not going to let him go until I get my phone. And so, if you watch this interview, she does talk on overall her experience in the situation, and she's overall trying to like defend herself and make it seem like that she didn't do anything wrong. She did try to apologize, but I feel like an apology in a situation like this, an apology is very little. Like I feel like an apology just has like zero effect to what happened. Like you can't apologize and think, oh, okay, well she apologized, so now it's all over. It's everything is okay now. You attacked my child. Like if I was that parent, like I'm not a parent, but I've just thought of like myself in that like scenario where I am a parent, and if something like this were to go down, like I probably would go to jail. I know like, and I know like I don't condone violence towards women whatsoever, but in a situation like this where my kid is being attacked by some random person, I don't know if you're crazy, I don't know what's going on, but I have to defend my child. I feel like you as a parent, you have to be up until this kid is like 18, all right? But before then, you have to be a full-time bodyguard for your kid. When they're 18, part-time bodyguard. When they're adult or if they're like in the UFC or some stuff like that, a bodyguard on standby. But overall, like jokes aside, you have to be a bodyguard for your child at all times. No questions about it. And I feel like whoever this Miya Ponsetto person is, I don't think she has any kids. Like, if she does, then I'm like, well, obviously you don't know how to be a parent. But if you were a parent, or if you did know how to be a parent, you would see this situation as like, I'm completely wrong. And there's like, no, there's nothing that I can say to defend myself. The dad reacted how he should have reacted. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that he didn't have more of a reaction to something like that. But you would think that, like, if I was a parent, I thought that I was being pranked. I'm like, oh, he probably knows this girl, or I'm like, okay, where's the cameras at? Because I know this ain't real. I know this ain't real at all. But how do you expect people to think about this? You, a 22-year-old woman, and then you're trying to, you can tell that she definitely has like a kid mentality. She sees it as that, oh, like she still probably thinks that she's 14 years old herself. So that's why she's like, oh, well, there's no problem with it. I'm still a young woman. Like, no, you're 22. If you look at both birth certificates, this kid was born 14 years ago. You were born 22 years ago. You're over the age of 18. You're an adult and you're out here attacking a child. I'm saying, like, how do you expect people to react to that? So, and my thing is that this is all because she had lost her phone. My recommendation for people that loses their phone on a regular, this goes for Miya Ponsetto, this goes to anybody that loses their phone on a regular basis. Get you some sweatpants where the pockets zip up, or just get you some pants where they got zip up pockets. It can be jeans, it could be sweats, shorts. There's all different types, all right? But invest in that. Invest in like the whole, just every color in the crayon book. Invest in those type of pants. Or get you a backpack, or get you a purse, or even a fanny pack. Get the same exact outfit that Dwayne The Rock Johnson had, the black shirt, light blue jeans, and the fanny pack with the fade. Get that same exact outfit. Just so you can put your phone in a secured area and you don't have to worry about accusing no 14-year-old or nobody thinking that they done took your phone. If you lose your phone, that is on you. And overall, yes, it is on her. regardless of like you, that is on you. And the kid, like, yeah, kid didn't even have her phone. Like, man, it's a very, but this interview was like, you see, if you watch this interview, I was watching it and was like, man, I tried to like give her the benefit of the doubt, but no, that's not possible. That's not possible. When watching this interview, I was like, this girl's just crazy. Like, and that's overall like what I was thinking when I very first heard this situation. I'm like, oh, this woman is crazy. She got like some mental issues going on, and I know I shouldn't like make like accusations like that and things like if she doesn't, then she doesn't. But most people are going to see you as like, yo, you're crazy to think that people are going to be on your side, especially parents. If you think that a parent would be, if you're a parent and you're on this woman's side, you don't care about your kids. Plain and simple. You do not care about your kids if you are on this girl's side. I know that's something a little bit harsh to say, but I'm saying like if in a situation like this where it's me and I see my kid being attacked by some random person, one of two things: I'm gonna have the worst reaction possible, or I'm going to think that I'm being pranked, and I'm all like, man, stop playing. You know this girl. This girl probably like a friend or like an older sister of one of your friends at your school, and y'all trying to set me up to get me to have some. Man, stop playing around. This ain't real. So, and I think that's most people will have a reaction. They're gonna be like, yo, this is a joke, right? Like, this ain't real. This isn't really happening right now. Like, you have to understand it. And I'm on like to Miya Ponsetto, I'm like, the day you have kids and they get attacked by some random person, then you'll understand like, oh, so this is why I went to court and got arrested for all of this stuff. Okay. I'm like, now it all makes sense to me now. Something like this, I would have noticed that something was wrong with it years ago. Years ago when I was in school, whenever. Because I'm like, I put myself in that scenario as the parent. Like, well, what would I do in that situation? And I'm like, I would have a reaction. So, yeah, I think that she needs to have some kids herself and understand. But I feel like that she's too young to have kids. Miya Ponsetto, you're 22-year-old woman, but I'm like, maybe you need to like wait until you're in your 30s or 40s, baby, to have a kid. Because right now you're still too young. And you just need to understand. And then that was another thing that they brought up. The interview, or not interviews, but the news reporters, they brought up her hat choice, and I was like, yeah, I think it's ironic how you're wearing that hat and then you're also like getting mad at a dad for having his I'm like, that's ironic. I just think that that's funny. But I'm like, I guess they told her, I'm like, can you take the hat off? Because I'm like, why are you wearing that hat in the middle of an interview and it's like, I feel like just, yeah, her outfit, her, overall how she was acting, I'm like, yeah, you can't really be surprised on this and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, it's just crazy. It's really crazy to me. Then also how she was like being disrespectful to Gayle King. I'm like, this girl, man, you got something. Like, I don't know what it is, but you got something going on with you. But yeah, I'm like, overall, like, my final few words to Miya Ponsetto. Miya Ponsetto, however you pronounce your name, have some kids. Have some kids and understand how it feels to be a parent. And understand that the day when you see your kid being attacked by some random person, understand that feeling, that rage that's living in you, that rage that has been building up. And then all of a sudden, this one thing happens and that rage just goes off. You have to understand that, all right? So put yourself in that situation where you're the parent. And you might have already, and you might still think that you're right. You're not right in this. You never will be right in this. You are wrong, and you will always will be wrong. There is no way possible. And to anybody that will try to defend this girl in the comment sections of this video or anywhere else, there is no way possible you can defend her. She is wrong. 100%. There's no possible way I'm being right. And if you're a parent and you think that she's right, you do not care for your kids. You don't. I'm sorry to tell you. I shouldn't have to been the one to tell you, but that's overall how I feel. So anyways, yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace.